platforms are CEOs, hidden tigers on their toes. Woke up in the boardroom, and it looked like a monsoon. We have skyscrapers in the plans, and a factory in Japan. Headquarters in Lagos. All platforms are CEOs, hidden tigers on their toes.
I'm fully focused on the equity.
Yup.
Diversifying portfolios until the commas increase. All my friends have multiple income streams. CEOs of the companies performing overseas, getting foreign currency, opening for.
I can chill. If you want to hold a book in your hand or whatever, it's just product placement. Most of them are mine.
Like this one.
I know.
This one's the one I like.
Y'all are losers. You guys both picked the one that isn't mine. No, shout out to Kevin Prince. No. Take the other one. Let's start the podcast out there. No, he's gonna get a kick out of this. He's gonna get a kick out of
I
this.
actually like this one, right?
That's
It
so
is.
funny.
There's something around.
That's so funny.
This is my boy.
This is the one I like.
Yeah, that's Kevin's
That's
mom.
my boy.
You know what?
Right.
That
Kevin.
cements it. He's better at.
I've been here for so many years. The tears call me by name, standing in door frames, asking for all our names, numbers that they can ring, saying that things gon' change.
Marketing, design. I'm not designing any of my own covers from here on out. I'm just gonna let him do it. Yeah, for real. He does books for people too. But what drew you? That's a perfect place to start this art themed podcast. What drew you guys to that cover? Let's hear it all now, because that's the business of being an artist. 100%. You have to figure out how to get people to look at it. And he sold. I published the hardcover there, Times Library. I don't have any with me, but there's a paperback of it. But I did that in 2012, and I did those other ones. It's a series of 12 books, and I did those in 2016 or whatever. And there's 12 of those. And still, Kevin did his book in about 2015. He sold about 3 times as much books as I have in the time that he launched his book. And I've had my books out for like 3 more years. But he also bends a lot more. Like, he goes out and he does it. But his books also, even when we bend right next to each other, I actually started buying his books, and his books would sell like hotcakes. Because I don't know what it is about the cover. The cover draws people in. They immediately want to know what it's about. And they just buy it. Like, I would buy his books, buy 5 of them at a time, just because it would be money for me. Like, I would buy them. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the amounts that I bought it at.
Hypothetically, you buy it for $2.
I was doubling my money. Let's just say
you're
that.
buying and reselling.
It was like Tesla.
I was just saying,
Yeah.
man.
But it was an agreement that we had, and I put them on my store even until today, because I think they're better. They just sell better than my stuff. That's why I keep his stuff in stock, so you can get this thing.
Maybe that's why he's
$20
so better.
online.
You keep saying
Yes.
how better his books are.
No, they sell better. In the beginning, I was like, let me show this guy what it's about. Look at all my beautiful covers. But this showed it right here.
He goes, let me show you.
Everyone, you guys both cut through. You guys didn't plan
Honestly,
this. You cut through. You picked it up. What was it about it?
The title.
Mm.
The title. Ideas of illusion. I mean, you gotta think about it. Life is like an illusion, man.
Yeah.
Life is an illusion, man. You gotta think about it.
Mm.
I mean, life changes all the time.
Mm.
You know, people think of life as one way, and then it turns out to be something totally not what they expect.
Mm.
So that's what drew me, was the name, man. I love that name.
Mm.
I don't know, the artwork kind of reminded me of The Great Gatsby with the eyes, and the billboard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, it was meaningless, but the title's okay. I mean, granted, I like this one. I didn't see this one. It was underneath all the other books, so that's why I was like, yeah. And then this was on top. It was on top like this, so I feel like naturally, I kind of
maybe subconsciously, I just have an inferiority complex. I highlighted and stuff. No, I'm just joking. So let's go back to introducing these 2 wonderful guests. You guys, by now, you kind of know me a little bit. I'm Kinyo. It's my podcast, Go Live with Kinyo. Listen to it on the podcast is Kinyo HQ, but this is my live talk version of it called Go Live with Kinyo. This is the owner of this establishment, who actually this podcast seems to be killing his business right now, because people are walking by thinking that because we're recording in here that I think maybe it's closed. So if you're watching this, at least 2 of you need to come over and replace the people that we scared off. But this is the owner of Bobalicious, none other than, I'll let you introduce Alex, Mr. Boba. And then we have 2 awesome guests today. This is an art themed podcast, and we have one artist Why am I introducing? Let me let you guys know.
It's weird for me because my name is Nija. I go by May I Feel Said Be. It's E. Cummings' poem, May I Feel Said He, actually. But I can come up with a name. I didn't even think I would actually be making art again. I started when I was like 7. I'm in the military. So it's like, yeah. It's like
about the army, baby.
Yeah. Well, Air Force. So
sorry.
So it's like a side thing I use just to like relax after work. And like I normally don't like have my phone with me at work and stuff like that. So it's just like it's nice to get away.
Yeah. Yeah. Did the military brought you here?
Yeah, I've been here for like 2 years, technically more, because basic is here. So yeah, I'm ready to go. Exactly. My tech school was in San Angelo, and then I went to Florida. So then they brought me back here. So I've been in Texas pretty much my whole career. But I'm from Maryland. So when you guys were talking about snow and stuff like that, I was like, I know snow. Like I've been trapped in the house before for like a week or two, and like I have like a full body like snowsuit to like trek through and stuff like that. So I'm like, let's not do that here. Like San Antonians, like you're cool and all, but like they can't really drive.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
No, it's true. So many accidents. 1604, non-stop. 1604, one a day. But okay, other kid.
Street for me, it's more like 4 times a day. Oh, man. I hear that ambulance go by, that fire department, the police. Oh,
yeah. It's like a weird. I don't see a lot of the accidents, so I don't know what's going on. You know what's interesting? My cousin. I don't know if I want to put her on blast like this. She's not going to listen to this. My cousin came here from London, not London, UK, and she crashed. She was here for like 3 days. She was driving around, but she crashed. So maybe it's not the San Antonio natives. Maybe there's just maybe it's street design. Maybe there's just like a street design flaw here.
Well, if you're coming from that part of the country, you're already driving on the wrong side of the road.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
No,
She got
the vibe.
The turnarounds are weird. They don't do that in California.
They don't have that
Yeah.
either.
Go all the way down.
Yeah. You just turn left.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a big circle, bunch of lefts. So they can turn around.
No, you can go both ways on both sides of the freeway. So you would just
Here,
make a right.
everything's like a one-way.
Yeah, like there's no.
Oh, I see. So the access roads are 2-way.
Yeah, all of them. And Texas has some of those, but most of them are.
Wow.
So that's why I was confused when I first got here. I was scared. I was like, everything's just like one direction instead of like little access roads.
And then the parking lots won't be connected, so you pass that in thing, then you're going either all the way around or like through some neighborhoods. I'm like, why? Connect the parking.
That's the parking lot.
I don't know. For me, it's like a thing that I noticed. I think maybe just coming from, I think in California they just won't let you do this thing that they do a lot in Texas, where there'll be like 2 businesses and like they'll have parking lots that like maybe even were connected, but then they like build a barrier between them because like one person owns this one person owns this one. So it makes it so like if you do miss it, you can't go like through the parking lot system to like
so you're saying over there they have parking lot systems.
Yeah, I feel like there's just like a law that everyone's like, hey, let's all be friends and make it easy to drive through places.
It's like it's not. It's like here. Every parking lot's like the fast food joint. Drive-through. Everybody goes from one end to the other.
Lobby for drive-through parking lots.
I'm running for mayor, 2022. No, I'm sure. It might go down. I might do it
Why don't you just go for president?
You know, I think I'd go for mayor first. Plus, I'm not old enough. You have to be 35, so And I don't think there's so much to do as president. I feel like most of it's not even fun.
It doesn't look fun.
It doesn't.
And you always get with gray hair.
Yeah.
Your skin gets worse.
Yeah. And it's like
I'm
you can't
already
even
there with the
really
gray hair,
do
so.
that much. Like I guess you can do some kind of stuff. The only reason to become president, I think, is if like there's an opportunity for you to be a tool for something like that's really cool. Like you know for sure what it is. You're like, you know what? There's already like the pressure. I'm already here. I'm already positioned. Like I think that's why Trump did. He's like, well, it's an opportunity that I can like. Yeah. It's a tool for somebody, but so. We didn't get your introduction, sir.
And it's kind of funny. I was just going to get into that. It's kind of funny when you said that. And the president's like a tool to help people.
Yeah.
And of course, me, everybody knows me as CBD Nate. And the reason why they don't do that is because I own my own CBD company.
Okay.
And I'm the president,
Yes.
of course. So the one thing that I like about that is I do help a lot of people too, you know.
Yeah.
So I understand how you feel about that because you want to be able to be in something or do something that you can assist or help somebody with something. You know, there's always got to be a cause behind what you do.
Yeah.
And for years, between the military, of course, the Army, the best place to be.
Now,
Best branch, of course.
everybody knows Air Force is the best. Let's just put that on the plate.
And we'll just go ahead and say, I'll go ahead and outrank you and say, I'm going to use rank here for that and say,
You can't.
not.
All right, there's no way.
Let's go ahead and just throw rank now. But besides the military, you know, while I was in the military, man, I enjoyed it. It was rough. It was straight up.
What do you guys think about the designation military city for San Antonio?
I couldn't care less, honestly. It's just, I'm just like, I mean, it's nice knowing people won't spit on me or anything. Like, we're like Vietnam times. Like, it's nice to know I can go to the grocery store real quick and get something and not have to worry about it.
Yeah. Are there other places where people are hostile towards military?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's places, but I mean,
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That seems like a really weird thing to
Yes.
want to be.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hostile
It happened
towards.
to me. It happened to me when I was on active duty in Fort Hood, Texas.
Mm.
Killeen, Texas. Oh my God, that was crazy. Because I mean, it's a small city, and if the military got deployed, Fort Hood got deployed, there was no business going on. It was dead. It was a ghost town. So when we came back, it was like, yeah. But then you had those business owners who were very spiteful because, you know, if we weren't there was nobody. Nobody left, nobody cared. So it does happen. In fact, it happened here in San Antonio once or twice when I came on vacation as well. Came for vacation. I was on leave. I was in uniform, and I actually had a person at one time. That was back in 2001. They actually came at me and spit on my uniform. Well, that just bubbled my blood.
Oh man,
It was rough.
That's
It was hard to
interesting.
see.
I mean, that's interesting that someone would take it that far. I do get why they would be upset, actually, because it's like, okay, is there a system to where our livelihood can be secured into your system? Anyway, so I get it. That's why people get angry at systems and people. But to take it out on the military person, it just seems like bad karma.
It is. I agree.
yeah, it's kind of ironic because a lot of people see it as like, oh, they're securing our freedom and like they're doing it for our freedom. But I'm like, let's be real, a lot of us are doing it because free education. It's a guaranteed paycheck. And it's like some of us do it for, you know, pride of our country and stuff like that. But a lot of us do it because
There's other reasons.
So it's just like everybody's just like, oh, thank you for your service. Sometimes it's really uncomfortable for a lot of us when people think this because, for one, I don't expect them to. It's awkward because I don't feel like I've done anything to warrant it necessarily, or like I'm just not that type of person either. So it's like I appreciate it, and I'm happy people don't spit on me. So to be fair.
I mean, of course, she's also Air Force, and the Air Force is 9 times out of 10. Let's be honest, they're hardly out in the field.
Yeah, but I mean,
in reality, they're Army. I was infantry.
Yeah,
I was out in the field. We were the front line. We were everything. I go here. Air Force. I got a lot of respect. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of respect for my Air Force people. They're smart. They didn't do what I did. My infantry, my Army. But if I had the option at the time, I probably would have went Air Force because I'm sorry, when you go into the Air Force, this is the reality. The reality is that the Air Force, that is not just for you to serve, but it's also for after you get out of the military, you have a career. That's the difference. If you think about it, half the people from the Air Force, medics, nurses, doctors, and then you got 90, I want to say 90-something% are MPs, SPs. It's ridiculous. That's all you see. And they're very smart people. And their ASVAB score has to be much higher.
Yeah, but there's also dumb people in the Air Force. Because our like dumb people are the lower ASVAB scores are considered like security forces.
Yeah.
Police officers.
Yeah, that's what they consider
Hello.
like lowest.
Low class is the police officers.
It's like what I do.
It's a great job. I would have done that. I would have loved it. Hey, offer me a gun. Well, I did have. I had better than a gun. I had the 50, but yeah, I had the saw. But yeah, never mind.
Yeah, so what I do is like completely different from that. So it's like considered, oh, you're smart. Because I sit at a computer all day and I do things that
I think.
no, I can't talk about it. So it's just like it's stuff that I do that I'm just like I think that's where people are like, oh, Air Force like they're intelligent and because you do this and this, that, and the other, and so I can see where it's coming from. And yeah, I didn't want to be in the Army because how much you guys did. Marines even more so. They get treated like trash.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm sorry. I got a lot of Marine friends too.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, man. I'm sorry. If you're shooting at me, I ain't gonna be stupid and think I'm a bulletproof and keep going straight at you while you're shooting at me.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna be smart like we did in the Army.
Yeah.
We flank you. We'll go around. You keep shooting at the Marines, we'll go around and shoot you from behind, from the side. I'd rather be smart about it.
Yeah, Marines are a little crazy.
Yeah. That's extreme for me. To me, it's an extreme.
How do you think military culture has been kind of controlled? Well, I had another idea for a question, but first, yeah, how do you think military culture has like informed San Antonio?
I think San Antonio is great for the culture, military. We're loved. So I've been in San Antonio literally, I want to say my whole life.
Yeah.
I was born here in San Antonio. After I want to say I was like 3-4 years old, we ended up moving to Chicago. And then we didn't come back till 85. So I want to say from middle school on, I was here back in San Antonio, joined the military out of here, and honestly, I think it was the best and worst decision at the same time. A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Mainly because, all the injuries. I mean, when you fall 40 feet from a helicopter down and land on your back, yeah, it's not fun.
Okay.
For sure. That's the bad part. But then,
what do you think though about like the people in San Antonio? San Antonio has an interesting kind of thing where there is a lot of, I think there's a really large middle class. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm still trying to break it down. What do you think about that? Like, as far as, do you think it's a lot of
favoritism?
No, I'm just as far as the culture. How does that play out with like the restaurants, the shops, the culture of the city itself, the attitudes, the interaction with society?
For me, it's different. Being from the East Coast, so it's like for me, it's very welcoming. Like I seldom deal with people who are like rude or anything. It's very like warm. But the people also think I'm like 12, so I can understand why my face is very like, oh, you're 12, and I'm covering like tattoos, and they still are like, it's so young and stuff like that. So like,
you did it in Japan. How?
Yeah, like people think, I don't know. I think people just view me differently, which is still like it's not a negative thing, but it's like a very warm feeling. But I still consider it home. So I appreciate how people come off. Granted, about the driving, that's another topic once again. But besides that, it's a very like warm feeling. Like, it doesn't feel like unnecessarily in danger. But there are areas around here where I'm just like,
oh yeah.
You're like, I'm not gonna go there.
Don't go to South Florida and Kuwait.
That's what people say. I'm like, I haven't super encountered I've seen like the ghetto-er sides of San Antonio, but mostly I'm unafraid. But I guess it could probably get my it's
places out there that seriously, if you don't.
Stop
signs are no longer stop signs there. They're more like a U.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, you don't want to stop, man.
That's how we do it in California. We invented the California stop.
Yes.
We don't stop at stop signs.
Exactly how
I don't stop. I'm notorious. I don't stop at stop signs when there's nobody around. And everyone says, it's good. Just train yourself to be obedient. No. I'm not doing it. There's nobody around.
Why?
Stop signs are for communication between different people. All right? And if I get a ticket one day, you know what? I'm going to start trying to stop. I'm trying not to do that because it's not worth the ticket. But it's very hard for me because I feel like it would be giving up a certain intellectual sovereignty.
Right, knock on wood though, for that ticket.
Yeah,
right.
Ticket, man, because
no, it's not gonna happen. Now, because I did that, I'm just gonna stop at every stop sign for at least a cool while, just until it wears off.
1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Just look around real quick and then just go. All right.
I'm not getting caught up like that.
That's all I say.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna finish the rest of the podcast. That sounds like fun. Stay tuned.
We'll be back.
Well, I meant like.
All my friends are CEOs, hidden tigers on their toes. Woke up in the boardroom, and it looked like a monsoon. Tears call me by name, standing in door frames, asking for all our names, numbers that they can ring, saying that things gon' change.
Be about. So we're back.
We're back.
What's up, you guys? Kinyo HQ podcast. We're here live at Bobalicious in San Antonio. It's going down. Maybe I'll show you some footage from my phone. I'll record some stuff. Actually, I just posted a little clip on Instagram. So if you want to see what it looks like in the shop, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Kinyo HQ. Anyway, we're back. Let's start with your plugs right now, and then we'll do plugs again at the end. So first of all, how do you communicate with people about your stuff and your life, and like, what are you up to? That's what this whole part I want to think about.
I don't know. Like I said, I do what I do for fun.
Yeah.
So, like, my Instagram primarily is my biggest way of accessing people.
Mhm.
It's I have an art Instagram, so it's May I Feel said me to these property.
Wait, say it again.
Yes.
May I Feel.
May I feel?
Yeah, said the.
May I feel said the 2 E's.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the back.
Yeah. The,
Yeah.
okay.
And so that's what I use.
May I feel said the. Okay.
Yeah, and I have like a private or like personal Instagram, so I usually am more so on that than my art one. Because my art one, you know, I've been on a hiatus for like about a month or so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, and artists feel the need because in themselves you're on hiatus, right? But you're never really on hiatus if someone knows one of your paintings. You know, like if Pablo doesn't paint for 2 years, that's part of your artistic process. You know, and you have a whole nother like stream of revenue, so it's not like you have to be creating a certain amount of paintings or anything like that. But what do you want to do with painting? Like, what do you want to do? How many do you like selling for?
I have mixed feelings about selling work.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know, I never really took myself seriously.
Yeah.
I literally 7 years old. I never once saw, like, I can do this for a living. My family was always like artists. Like, my grandfather was like, I want to buy your artwork.
Hey.
He was like the first person to buy my artwork, and like, there's still stuff around their house. My mom has like a full list of like my artwork and stuff like that. For me, it's like, it's more nerve-wracking, I guess, because I don't take it seriously. Yeah. And, like,
Yeah.
I talked to like my tattoo artist. I was like, hey, yeah, I do this. I was like, I don't want to be a tattoo artist. And so like, it's still just for fun. I still do tattoos for like friends and stuff like that. But
Oh, come on. She's already said she's gonna do art.
Let's go to that. I'm kind of curious as to what that's an interesting barrier, you know. And it's not like because I think it's cool. I think what's interesting about it to me is the fun part. You wanting it to be fun because I think that's part of the artistic thing too, right? You don't want to feel like I don't know, you know. What's the point really of like pushing unless you have like a reason why you need to make it? Like, what's the point of pushing it just for the sake of whatever? And so how to do that. And I mean, I guess you're doing it already. You get to paint when you want. You have you have a channel for it. Whenever you want to drop on it, you can. Do you like social media?
I like social media. No.
Yeah.
I don't like social media. Like, I mean, I guess that's like weird for a person my age because I'm.
No. Nobody. I mean, a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah,
most people don't like it.
Be surprised. My wife, she's
How about you? How do you talk to? Do you talk to a lot of your clients and customers on
all
the
day.
internet? Yeah.
All day.
I realize you're a Facebook GMer like me. Like I'll do a whole boardroom meeting in Facebook
Exactly.
message.
I got three
It's just
three
simple.
Facebook pages.
Yeah.
I got my personal, then I got the two for business,
Yeah.
and then I got an Instagram.
Okay, what do you use? What's your primary channel there? If you're like, if you wake up, you're like, oh, you know, I need
The
to.
first thing I check,
Yeah.
that's going to be my Facebook business page,
Yeah.
which is the CBD for all your needs.
Okay.
That's the one that I always go
Nice.
to. And then the second one will be my other business page from Facebook, that's Redmond Wholesalers Inc.
Okay.
After that, the next one is my Instagram,
Yeah.
which is, they're all the same. They're
Yeah.
all the same, CBD for all your needs.
Okay.
Either Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
and Facebook. They're all the same. Even my email address is the same way. It's CBD for all your needs at gmail.com. So, you know, those are like, I hit them hard every day. Every day.
Woo! Yeah, and that's so much fun. I know, like from an entrepreneur standpoint, there's nothing more. That's why I think, you know, I don't like social media either, and I actually don't use it that much as like a thing anymore. Like I don't scroll too much. I'll do that like at like intervals, like health intervals. I view it as like Netflix or something like that. If I want to enjoy some entertainment and other people, it's not even good entertainment though. Cause it's like people I know badly narrating. I'm sure. I feel like it's a little deep, but you know, it's like people I know. It's not. The value in it is that it's people that I know, so it is entertaining in that sense. You know, you just have to be emotionally equipped to go into the situation. So I don't do that as much, but the business side is so much fun because, like, you know, for a business channel, you know, and even you being able to have that little, being able to compartmentalize your art into that place. It's so cool because now you have like, oh, whenever you go into that, it's cool stuff. And I love the business stuff. Like, I love seeing the notifications on different things because it really does let me know who's paying attention to stuff. And it really lets you know, what do you do? You're on a lot of different social media platforms. What's your thought process around that? It's like, is more better?
For me, I've been using them a lot because that's where I get a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
A lot of my clients. So I'm involved in probably about 8 different groups that I'm involved in. All of them have to do with CBD.
Yeah.
You know, I'm involved in so much that has to do, and that's not my full-time job. It's not that.
Yeah.
You know, I still have my full-time job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to illness, I had to take some time off. But
yeah.
I got my full-time job, plus I got my CBD business that I do every day. I'm at least on everything. In fact, today I just did, I started packaging some orders up for people that are in Killeen.
Nice.
One of my friends, actually, the one that made this shirt for me, he makes my shirts and does all my designs. That's where I meet a lot of people for network, you know? So a lot of my networking is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I just actually opened up, I just remembered, a new one, which is my YouTube channel. Also.
Okay, very cool.
So I also got that one as well. So I'm opening up in multiple locations, and that's where I'm getting a lot of feedback. Last I checked on my Google page, for my Google Analytics, I did a little SEO, basically trying to get more visits. And the last I checked, I was sitting at roughly about 4,000 people. And my
total
page,
per month?
Total, just in the last 14 days.
Last 14 days,
14 days.
You did SEO and you paid money?
I paid.
How much?
I paid. And you're going to like that. I only paid $12.
$12?
$12.
Who is this? Actually, you don't have to tell me who. What type of company?
Basically,
whatever you.
I went on the Fiverr.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Nice.
went on the Fiverr. The
Yeah.
guy, he lives in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
He's actually working on 2 more for me right now.
Nice. Okay.
And I've seen more visits, more clicks, more people being more active.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of that.
Okay.
And I love it. I mean, it helps me.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I'm a huge, one of my main things, I view myself as doing 4 main arts really in my life, which is poetry, painting, music, and websites. And websites are very interesting. That came into my life at a very young age because we were in Northern California and my parents put me in this this youth program. There was this thing in Tamalpais, in Marin City. They had this thing for like young, like there wasn't inner city, it was Northern California. Oakland was over there, but this was Marin City, which I don't even know why Marin City had a ghetto. Like, I'm really not sure, but like Tamalpais was there, and that was like where like Tupac actually grew up, because he went to Tamalpais High School, which my brothers and sisters went to, but I moved. What was I going to say? They put me in this program. I got into Photoshop, I got into web design and HTML coding, and it's been a method of communication for me that's very much like my ability to create music or poems or painting. So anyway, that was just for me to say that I really like websites, more on an artistic level. So that's really interesting. I'd love to see. Have you had people reach out to you because of the stuff? Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I've had emails. I have people actually asking me on prices.
Yeah.
I had one recently ask me about specials. Of course, everybody knows 420 is on its way. It's around the corner. Even though CBD is not marijuana, it's CBD. It's specific.
Yeah.
People started asking about what specials we're doing for those.
Oh, that's funny,
And I was like, you know what? I really didn't think about it until they asked.
42% off.
Oh no,
That's
I
too
got
much.
something. I got something better, man.
Yeah, there we go.
I got
4.2.
something way better than that.
Okay.
I started thinking about it. I finally came up with a plan.
What?
So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing 4 cigarettes, 4 pre-rolls for $20.
Okay.
They're gonna be king size, so it's about 1.5 grams each
Okay.
pre-roll, and then I'm also gonna be doing 4 grams,
Yeah.
which is more than an 8
Okay.
for 20.
Do you find that the discounts and stuff like that they work really well?
They do. They
Yeah.
actually help because 9 times out of 10, my hope is to bring people product if
Yeah.
they don't know about it
Yeah.
or they are weary on trying it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm gonna give them a cigarette. I'm gonna give them a pre-roll. Hey, try it. And once you've tried it and you like it, you know how it's gonna react. Then they definitely be like, you know what? Hey, give me a pound or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
And I send it to them. I don't mind. As long as I'll invoice them, send them an invoice, and they send me the money.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
We do a lot. We got 90. We're manufacturing everything, so we do a lot of like gummies, a little bit of oil tincture. We do everything.
Very cool. Very cool. Man, all right. I'm trying to think of this. Okay. Now we did that. That kind of set a little bit. But I wanted to talk about one last thing. It would be about what you guys want to have happen. I'm talking next year, next 2 years, next 3 years, next 5 years. You're putting energy into life. You're putting energy into stuff. Best case scenario, what are you at least tipping the scales on maybe? Or even just, what do you guys think?
Me, I already know where I was.
Okay.
And I'm going to be blunt about it. Me, personally, I'm just looking right now. It's more like 6 months to a year. Storefront.
Yeah.
Storefront, man. I don't care how I get there.
Yeah.
I don't care if I have to, have a partnership with someone,
Right.
investors come in.
That's very cool.
Whatever it may be, that's my
Yeah.
goal. If I can't do it by myself because of financials, then yeah, I welcome it. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure we're putting back into the community. Because that's one thing that we do, definitely.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important things is that.
Yeah.
Is to give back to, not just us, but as well as the veterans and other people in the community, and be able to give them a product that is going to be there where they can say, you know what, there's a store down the street, and not have to worry about, hey, go to the gas station.
Yeah. I love that. I love storefront. I'm right there with you. I want to put a little mini venue together. He's going to be moving even to a different location.
Yeah.
And really, this is really cool being able to do this here. But anyway, yeah, one of the next things I want to do, because the space is so critical,
Right.
and you think about, and there's lots of spaces for lots of things, but just depending on where you're at, being able to create space for certain things allows humans to live in different ways.
Right.
Just like our houses, that living space gives us autonomy to invent our own culture. Sometimes, spaces like this, and I seek out spaces like this. Like I'm a hunter for the low-key cafe. Spaces like this also allow for inventing of different other lifestyles. How about you? The push. It could be as simple as
Be the next
voting
general.
voting more often.
I'm looking forward to getting out, but for some reason, it's helping me get to like doing 20 or 30 years, especially when my uncle did 30 years, and I have family members who did, their time and everything. I can't see myself doing it for 20 years. Like, I don't, we joke around and stuff, we just be like, I'd rather not,
Yeah.
I'd rather die before doing it. So I have less than 3 years left, and I just rather go to school and write, and tell me to write books again and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Novels and write stories and let my friends read them and my family.
That's cool. It sounds like there's a couple more. Really, yeah.
I mean,
Look at me, I got 12 out.
Yeah.
Do I deserve it? I don't know, but I made it. And then, he did he's really good. I can't wait for him to write another one. Kevin Prince, aka Mr. Composition. That one's a really good one.
very good.
And yeah, it just sounds like that's cool. You're in a cool spot. I mean, for an artist, especially. That's one of the things that's really cool about being having a career and being an artist. People, I think, sometimes miss out on it because I think the career is interesting. Now, while it creates the conditions, I think, for the perfect art to be created, I was doing some research in my own laboratory this week. Okay, I discovered some stuff scientifically, and I realized that
The light bulb turned on?
art also requires limits, limits to be created. And I think sometimes those limits can be our own tension, but it's like, what if I don't have tension? Do we always want to be tense? And so I think the trope becomes the artist finds ways to be crazy or to have something, we like the crazy artists, the passionate artists. They have to find a way to be passionate. But does it have to be a negative thing? And it's like how to describe the artistic growth of someone who does not experience tension. And I think that's going to be super important to us developing as a society, because it's like we're not going to have tension, but we still need to remain highly creative, which is a little bit difficult to do. But I think it's not difficult to do. Actually, we're doing it at scale a lot. We're doing it hugely, especially in San Antonio, because we have some really, I say this all the time, San Antonio has some of the best living rooms in the world, okay? People have space out here. What I mean by that is just cost of living, I feel like, is low to where people in San Antonio have comfortable houses, like to a level that you don't really see. I'm sure you see on the East Coast. It's not going to be like that. For a long time, you can't afford that kind of space at all. It's not even an option. Same
That's
thing.
why you got to stay. Retire here.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle are here. They have a nice house, but I'm like, it's more so about location for me where I'm comfortable. So I'm like, space, for me, I can have a tiny home and still be happy. That's like a life goal of mine too. So I'm like, it's not about how big your house is.
Yeah.
It's more so about like where am I most happy.
Yeah.
So like right now for me, I still like dream of like living in New York. I have my other uncle and his wife and my little cousin, like they live in New York in an apartment right now, and he told me how to do affordable housing and stuff like that. So when I get out, so I can sign for it. And plus the East Coast has my heart.
Yeah.
So, like I
It's
got
beautiful. I just went to New York for the first time. Oh man,
New York,
that's so cool.
I just got this, and it's like it's healing right now.
Yeah.
I have LA on this one. I was in LA.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's more
You can't be.
No, it's not.
She got the whole country right
No,
there.
it's
That's right.
It's more so the fact that like
It's where you've been.
right where I've been. Also, it's like Hollywood, old-fashioned Hollywood started in LA and Hollywood and stuff like that. So it's like that's where I want to be in the future. And New York has my heart altogether.
Right.
Like I go every year.
Oh man,
I live like 4 hours away from New York, so.
See, that's cool. It sounds like you have some interesting art budding. It's interesting because you say you want to keep it fun, you do it part time, but then you're saying you have dreams of going to Hollywood,
Where she could actually become a star there.
Yeah, big city aesthetics. Anyway, we're gonna stop right there because I think that's everyone. I'm not gonna go into it any deeper than that. If you want to figure out her path, her journey, you have to follow her on Instagram and hope that she doesn't delete it in a fury of angst one day. No, I've done that too. That's why I know. Artists will do that one day. They'll be like, no, that's it. This isn't authentic. Delete it. And then you're like, all those pictures and everything's gone forever. And you're like, I hope that forest fire was for the best. That's all you can do at that point. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Go live with Kinyo. All their information pertinently. One link per person because, I'm stingy. It's going to be below whatever you're watching or whatever you're listening to. So, see you guys. Peace.
Bye.
All my friends are CEOs, hidden tigers on their toes. Woke up in the boardroom, and it looked like a monsoon. Yeah, for so many years, the tears call me by name, standing in door frames, asking for all our names, numbers that they can ring, saying that things gon' change.